That was the best. That clown is hilarious.
I liked it when... How about when he picked up those pies?
That was so funny, especially when they sprayed him with the water.
Did you like it when... What about when he fell down?
OMG, that was so hilarious. What about when...
Would you guys let me talk?
So we got tired of our food spoiling, and that's how the icebox got invented, and...
Wow, they used to call the freezer the icebox, huh? How long did it take them to make it?
One moment, young llama. I'll answer that in a little bit. The trick was to figure out ways to keep things cold for longer periods of time. As I mentioned, we were tired of our food spoiling. This is where electricity has been a big...
My dad's an electrician. He actually fixes things in our house. They said it would be how much for a new roof?
$40,000.
What? Hey, that's highway robbery.
I can get another quote.
Do that, because it's gonna start raining again and that roof needs to be fixed.
Well, there are other places.
Are we going to... Have you called them? When are we having dinner? I'm starving.
As you can see, Small Llama is having trouble with interrupting.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt. I just have important things to say, and I'm afraid if I don't, I'm going to forget them.
I know. But when others are having a conversation, it's really not polite to just interrupt them.
Sometimes I find it hard to know when I should talk in a conversation. I really don't want to interrupt.
Talking to others is a lot of fun. We learn things about each other, and we often get a lot of our information through these conversations. Did you know that we spend 70 to 80% of our lives communicating? And of that percent, we actually spend about 30% of it talking.
Really? That sounds like a lot.
It is. So whenever you feel like you might not get a chance to talk, remember how much of your life you spend talking. Also, we tend to not want to talk to others who interrupt us.
I know. My parents tell me the same thing.
Why don't we look over the 3 situations and see what you could have done instead of interrupting?
Let's do it.
That was so funny, especially when they sprayed him with the water.
Did you like it when... What about when he fell down?
OMG, that was so hilarious. What about when...
Now, I believe it was right here where you interrupted.
I know.
But if you would have waited a little longer, you would have seen that there is an opening in the conversation. Sometimes we just need to be a little extra patient when we're waiting for our turn to talk. Watch!
I laughed so hard. Did you see that, Small Llama? Yeah, I liked it a lot. What about when all those clowns got in that little car? That was so funny. That conversation seemed to go a lot better that time.
It did. Do you know why?
Well, I was patient and I didn't interrupt.
Exactly. And you didn't yell at your friends. I'm sure they appreciated that. Let's take a look at another example. So we got tired of our food spoiling, and that's how the icebox got invented, and...
Wow, they used to call the freezer the icebox, huh? How long did it take them to make it?
One moment, young llama. I'll answer that in a little bit.
I know. I interrupted again.
Well, if you would have been patient and maybe read the situation just a little bit better, you probably wouldn't have interrupted. When someone is talking, especially a teacher in the classroom setting, they are talking to everyone, not just you. Everyone's trying to understand the information that a teacher is talking about. Once they do that, and sometimes it takes a little while, then we can raise our hand with a question. Now you see, the trick was to figure out ways to keep things cold for longer periods of time. As I mentioned, we were tired of our food spoiling. This is where electricity has been a big help. It allowed us to invent things that made our food last longer. It also among many other great things, gave us a way to cook our food differently, light our homes, fill up our cars, and more. Small Llama, thank you for not interrupting. Did you have something you wanted to add?
Wow, they used to call the freezer the icebox, huh? How long did it take them to make it? Wow, being patient and reading the situation so I know when to talk are really helpful.
I'm glad. How about we try that again with your parents? This time, you'll figure out how not to interrupt and when to talk.
They said it would be how much for a new roof?
$40,000.
What? That's highway robbery.
I can get another quote.
Do that, because it's going to start raining again and that roof needs to be fixed.
Well, there are other places.
Have you called them?
I'll set up more quotes tomorrow. I need to make dinner.
Sorry to hear about the roof. Are we going to be eating soon?
Thanks, Small Llama. And yes, we will be eating soon. Thank you for being patient as we were talking.
I'm glad we're eating soon because I'm hungry. Me too. Can I help set the table for dinner? Hey, Dad, maybe there's something I could do to help you fix the roof.
Great job, Small Llama. You were patient, and you gave your parents time to have a pause in the conversation. You read the situation correctly and realized that they were in the middle of talking about something before you said anything. Lastly, you were able to acknowledge the previous conversation, which your parents appreciated, before changing the topic to what you wanted to talk about.
Thanks for all the tips, Rowan. It isn't always easy doing all three things, especially when I have so many things I want to say. But I know others I am talking with appreciate it because I really don't want to interrupt. And the more I practice not interrupting, the easier it will be.